Right folks, we're back live on the Tunnel Barn Farm Daiwa Pole Fishing Masters practice match. In shot we've got my old mate Kristian, and he's just got an F1 in the net. But I'm going to be honest with you, I've been stood here a fair while and there's not a lot happening here on Newpool today. It's quite tough, but as often happens, they're like buses, these fish. They come in twos, and I don't know if you can see, but the guy just past Kristian's just dropped a fish in there as well. To my left I've got, I'm going to call him the F1 daddy, the master, Andy Bennett. Twice former winner of the Daiwa Pole Fishing Masters, and he's the only person along with Jamie Hughes to have won it twice, so certainly a hot contender for the next few days. But one of the things I love about this event, and it comes back to how the fishing is on here today, is yes, there are bits and areas where it's bagging up. You know, you need to catch 150 pounder F1s to win your section. We all know there are sections like that, and sometimes it fishes like that. But there are also plenty of sections where 40 pound, 50 pound, another fish for Kristian there, jumping skimmer that time, 40 or 50 pound are really good weights. And to me, that's what makes this such an awesome coliseum for this kind of match fishing, because you need such a plethora of skills. You know, it's not just about bagging up shallowy casters, it's about having those skills to be able to eke out, scratch out 40 or 50 pound from a tough area. And judging by what I've been told about how it's fishing around here, that's what some of these guys are going to have to bring into play today. I'm just watching peg one there. He's got a nice fish on by them lilies. And he had a good fish when I came. He had a big F1 fishing down the edge with ground bait, and he's just fed that again and gone back on it. But I think looking around the lake, it's certainly fishing quite challenging on here. And yet, as I said on my earlier live, you know, we saw Jordan at the other end of Newpool. He'll have well over 100 pound, catching some really good stamp fish on that worm slop. So certainly an interesting day. And as I said, the thing I love about Tunnel Barn is that variety, really. It's certainly not a bagging fest on here, but up on Jenny's pool, so anglers catching a lot of fish. So the next 3 days are going to be really, really interesting. I've got a little video that I put on Facebook a bit earlier, talking through some of the changes I've brought in this year to the structure and the payout of the event, and they'll be listed on a post later as well, so it's a bit different this year. But 127 of the 126 of the country's best anglers taking part. I think it's going to be really, really interesting, and the man in shot now, Mr. Bennett, will certainly be one of the favourites. And to his right, I'm going to say Kristian Jones. I bet these two they've drawn in the same section today rather than tomorrow, because I very much doubt that either of them had want to be in the same section as the other one. As you can see, it's tricky. Peg one again into another fish there, catching some nice stamp F1s. I don't know if you can see, but just behind him, Alan Scawthorne there in the blue, he's just playing a fish as well. Alan's never won this event. He's won just about every other thing worth winning in match fishing though. 5 times world champion. I'd love to see him on that podium. I don't know whether the lake's just woken up a little bit. There's a few fish coming out now. And that's often the way, really. It's about keeping your nerve on these tough areas, on these tough days. It's very often a last half an hour job, you know. Catching what you can through the day, then making hay while the sun shines. But one thing I will say from past experience, if the man in shot, Mr. Bennett, can't catch him, nobody can. He's the man here at Tunnel Barn. So, what's going to be happening these next 3 days? Well, coverage will start tomorrow morning from about, I'm going to say probably about 9:30. I'll start with the live feeds. The draw will be up before then, but I'll be going around talking to some anglers about 9:30, finding out how they feel about pegs on the first day and how they feel about the event generally. And through the day we'll be bringing you regular live streams, both on Facebook and here on YouTube. At the end of the day there'll be a collection of images that we've shot through the day, edited and uploaded, and then after the event, of course, there'll be an edited video old Gary here will be putting together for me.
Alright.
So yeah, it's going to be a really, really exciting few days. We're going to watch one more fish get caught. I'm not bothered where it comes from, but we're going to watch one more fish get caught, and then we're going to sign off and go and have a look at the weigh-in up on the high pool, because it'll be interesting to see just what the anglers have caught up there. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled, folks. We'll be bringing you plenty more lives over the next few days. I've picked today on a good area where Jordan was, and a slightly tougher area here, but you can see some of the very best anglers in the business battling it out here at Tunnel Barn Farm. Let's see where this next fish is going to come from then. Who's your money on? I think Kristian's going to come good with another one. Looks like he's just swapped back down to fishing on the bottom. And again, peg 1, he's been on form. He's had some down his right hand edge, left hand edge, sorry. And Andy, so he had a big one when we got here, but he's not had much the last few minutes. It'll be interesting to see. But as you can see, it's very, very tough. Oh, this bite there for Andy. A bit of a tangle. Right, folks. Oh. Let's just see who's going to be the man to bring us this next fish. Who's your money on? Get commenting. Kristian on his long pole. He's actually fishing there at 14.5 with them. First prize for this week. That's the Daiwa Z Pro that Kristian uses for his own fishing. As you can see, that's a sublime piece of kit for this kind of work, making that long distance fishing look effortless. But no matter how good the pole is, if the fish don't want to feed, there ain't much you can do about it. Swapping rigs again. And he's back in the margin. He's gone a bit further with the plummet, so he's pulling up a new line. And even my man on peg 1's letting me down. Certainly much harder on here than it has been on some of the other pegs we've followed today. But as I said, that's what I love about this event, really. You've got to have so many skills. It's not just about bagging big weights of F1s up in the water as it is at some places. No, this place, it's all about a variety of skills. Yes, you've got to be an accomplished bagger upper, for want of a better word, because this peg's on high pool, Jenny's pool, club pool, where you'll definitely need big weights. House pool even as well, I would say. But there's also a massive need for an ability to scratch out a weight of fish, because some of these sections are always tough. Always. I've seen them won with as low as £35 at times. Don't think it'll be that hard this year. But I certainly think over the 3 days we'll see some sections won with, you know, £50 to £60, which it's still a good day's fishing, of course, but it just means you need that varied skill set, really. As you can see, there's not loads happening at the minute. It shows how the wildfire rumours of fishing can spread, because we were told that Andy Bennett had definitely won it down there. Mike, the fishery owner, was saying he's bagged up all day. I hope Kristian's just mugged one. So there we are. That'll be the last fish we're filming today. That's a carp he's just mugged, so it's probably going to be a good fish. And that's what I mean about those plethora of skills, you see. I mean, we've been filming now for 9 minutes. 9 minutes 4 seconds, I think it is. In that time, we've seen him fishing on the bottom with worms. We've seen him fishing shallow on 2 different shallow rigs. And then we've just seen him come back and go out with a mugging rig and catch a fish. And you can see that one porpoising on the top. It's a big carp. So fair play to him. You know, he's ringing the changes. And that's exactly what I mean when I talk about this varied skill set that you need. It's that ability to do all the different things to keep fish coming. I mean, this carp, if it's, you know, they do go in this late to double figures. I'm not saying this one's double figures, but it's a good fish. Certainly worth a few F1s. He's taking his time. family of ducklings there, having been in on the action as well. Let's see if we can just zoom in a little bit with them on him, folks. Now, I've sussed the YouTube live, or more about the YouTube live out. Early on, you'll have heard me say now, I was using the last live as a bit of a guinea pig. It's just the streaming quality isn't as good on YouTube until it's had time to upload, and then it improves. So if you're watching live, I apologise, but if you watch back in about an hour, it'll be HD. That's how it works. But a big carp for Kristian there to finish the live. So hope you're all going to be joining me tomorrow, folks. We've got a lot of exciting coverage planned. See you tomorrow.